Appreciate it.
Hey, Tion.
What's up, Amy?
How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Amy's mouth is on the floor right now. It's apparent that this is her ex. How more awkward can you get?
I think the waitress. I feel like they gave you my drink.
For real?
I think so.
Well, it's okay, because
Sharing a
maybe our
drink.
mouths might have been on the same thing.
Not yet.
Don't say that.
Not yet.
I'm just...
Not yet. Not yet, honey. My mouth ain't touched nothing yet.
I'm just saying.
Amy, you done been engaged, tossed, turned, flipped. You done had FaceTime boyfriends. Girl, why are you pressed over this man? And if you dated somebody over 10 years ago, baby, let it go.
I need another drink.
Of course.
Amy had always been protective of her loved ones, fiercely loyal and ready to stand up for the people she cared about. Amy wasn't one to back down from confrontation, but when she heard the news that Bambi, her longtime friend and former ally, was pregnant by her ex-boyfriend, the shock hit her like a thunderstorm. Her emotions, which had always been bubbling just beneath the surface, suddenly exploded. Bambi and Amy had shared a close bond, one that had weathered many storms over the years. They had laughed together, cried together, and even fought for each other, but nothing could have prepared Amy for the moment she found out that Bambi was pregnant with the child of a man who had once been so deeply intertwined with both of their lives. Bambi's relationship with the man, an ex-boyfriend who had caused chaos in both of their pasts, was the last thing Amy had ever expected. When the news broke, Amy couldn't contain herself. She had spent countless hours listening to Bambi pour her heart out, supporting her through the ups and downs of her love life. Amy knew all too well the pain that had come from being involved with this man in the past. He had been manipulative, deceitful, and at times cruel. He had left scars on both women in different ways. To hear that Bambi, after everything she had been through, was now pregnant by him sent Amy into a whirlwind of emotions: anger, confusion, betrayal, and disbelief. As soon as the information reached Amy's ears, she couldn't sit idly by. She needed to confront Bambi. There was no way she could let this slide without at least expressing how deeply hurt and upset she was. It wasn't just about the pregnancy, it was about the implications of it all. How could Bambi, someone Amy considered a friend, someone who had endured so much, go back to the very person who had caused them so much pain? Amy didn't understand it. It felt like a slap in the face to everything they had fought for, to all the progress they had made in their own lives. Amy's mind raced as she tried to wrap her head around the situation. She couldn't fathom why Bambi would make such a choice, especially after all the emotional turmoil and heartache she had endured with this man. The betrayal felt like a betrayal to their friendship, a betrayal of the countless nights Amy had spent listening to Bambi's heartache and offering advice. In Amy's eyes, this wasn't just about the man involved, it was about the principles that were supposed to guide their lives. And in this case, Bambi's actions felt like they went against everything Amy had believed in. Fueled by frustration and a deep sense of betrayal, Amy sought out Bambi, determined to have it out. She needed answers, needed to understand why Bambi would go down this road again. The tension was thick in the air as Amy approached her, her anger simmering beneath her calm exterior. She had tried to keep her emotions in check, but this was too much to swallow. The shock had turned to fury, and Amy was ready to let Bambi know just how deeply hurt and disappointed she was. When the two women met, the conversation quickly escalated. Amy's voice shook with emotion as she demanded to know why Bambi had chosen to have a child with a man who had brought nothing but turmoil and heartbreak into their lives. Her frustration wasn't just about the pregnancy itself, but about what it represented: the lack of growth, the inability to move forward from the toxic cycle they had both been trapped in. Amy couldn't stand the thought of Bambi making the same mistakes, of falling back into the arms of someone who had hurt her so deeply.
That's on that from 10 years ago.
You talking about sliding the bitch? You still sit the
My mouth is right.
You talking about bitch? You talking about bitch? You think a bitch like me scared of asshole? I drag your ass on my mama, bitch.
Do it, Amy.
I definitely plan on using my words with Bambi. That's always my first start as a woman. But don't get too damned about your height or your size or the width of the gums. None of that matters to me. Who getting slid, sis?
You can't even drag your life
Bitch,
across.
yeah. You done drug it across everybody.
Let me find out.
Let's keep it moving.
You worried about from 10, 13 years ago.
I'ma let you finish.
That I ain't even touched. But did he ever take you on a date?
Bitch, when you kiss him, smell my from the front to the back.
I'm never kissing him.
Oh, I hope I don't get bored and let Scrappy do it.
You're a nasty
Rashida, why you waiting? Could you get this bitch some more views on her music post?
I got the feature with spice that you were begging for. Bye-bye, Steve. Shake them up. Shake up your
Bitch,
seasoning.
I got 4 real
Shake 'em up,
successful
shake 'em up.
videos.
Bambi, on the other hand, was caught off guard by the intensity of Amy's reaction. She had expected some disappointment, but nothing as overwhelming as this. She knew her decision wasn't easy to understand, but it was her decision to make. She had her reasons for going down this path, reasons that were complicated and personal. But no matter how hard she tried to explain herself, it seemed like nothing Amy said could be reasoned with. The anger and betrayal Amy felt was too deep to ignore. Bambi tried to defend herself, but the weight of Amy's disappointment hung heavy in the air. The argument grew louder and more intense as both women expressed their hurt. Amy felt betrayed, not only by Bambi's actions, but by the fact that someone she had trusted and cared for seemed to be repeating the same mistakes. And for Bambi, the emotional toll of being criticized by someone she thought understood her hurt was unbearable. She was torn between justifying her choices and acknowledging the pain she had caused those around her. The situation became a painful reminder that not all wounds can be healed, and sometimes even the strongest friendships can crack under the weight of unresolved emotions. For Amy, this moment was the culmination of everything she had feared. It wasn't just about a pregnancy, it was about watching someone she loved repeat a cycle that had caused so much pain in their past. It felt like watching a friend walk into a trap, and Amy could do nothing to stop it. Her anger wasn't born from malice. It was a reflection of her own fear for Bambi's future. She didn't want to see her friend trapped in the same toxic cycle again. She didn't want to see her hurt again. For Bambi, it was a moment of realization that the decision she made would never be fully understood by everyone around her. It was a painful moment of self-reflection as she realized that not everyone would support her choices, even if they were made with the best of intentions. The love and trust she had once shared with Amy now seemed fractured, as if their bond could never fully recover from the weight of this betrayal. As the heated argument reached its peak, both women were left standing there, emotionally drained, unsure of what would come next. Amy's anger, though justified in her eyes, had fractured their friendship, and Bambi, though resolute in her decision, now carried the weight of disappointment in her heart. The future of their friendship seemed uncertain, clouded by the painful reality that sometimes love, even in the form of friendship, can't always withstand the complexities of personal choices.
That's on that from 10 years ago.
You talking about sliding a bitch? You still sitting the
My mouth is right.
You
What's
talking about
good,
bitch?
Amy?
You talking about bitch? You think a bitch like me scared of asshole? I drag your ass on my mama, bitch.
Do it, Amy.
I definitely plan on using my words with Bambi. That's always my first start as a woman. But don't give two damns about your height or your size or the width of the gums. None of that matters to me. Who getting slid, sis?
You can't even drag your life
Bitch,
across.
yeah. You done drug it across everybody.
Let me find out.
Let's keep it moving.
You worried about from 10, 13 years ago.
I'ma let you finish.
That I ain't even touched. But did he ever take you on a date?
Bitch, when you kiss and smell my from the front to the back.
I'm never kissing him.
Oh, I hope I don't get bored and let Scrappy do it.
You're a nasty
You have no loyalty.
Rashida, why you waiting? Could you get this bitch some more views on her music post?
I got the feature with spice that you were begging for. Bye-bye, Steve. Shake them up. Shake up your
Bitch,
seasoning.
I got 4 real
Shake them up. Shake
successful
them up.
videos.
Hey, Tion.
What's up?
How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Amy's mouth is on the floor right now. It's apparent that this is her ex. How more awkward can you get?
I think the waitress, I feel like they gave you my drink.
For real?
I think so.
Well, it's okay, because it
Sharing
looks like
sharing
maybe
a
our
drink.
mouths might have been on the same thing.
No, not
Don't
yet.
say that.
Not
Don't
yet.
do that. I'm just...
Not yet, not yet, honey. My mouth ain't touched nothing yet.
I'm just saying.
Amy, you done been engaged, tossed, turned, flipped. You done had FaceTime boyfriends. Girl, why are you pressed over this man? And if you dated somebody over 10 years ago, baby, let it go.
I need another drink.
Make it sound, you know.
Of course.